It's an operation that takes time. This is not something that you can arrange in 2 weeks or not even in 2 months. And this is something amazing if you have it, that you can actually push on a button and make, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 of those devices to explode at the same time. The ones who planned it, the ones who executed such an operation, they have amazing abilities. I would send, I don't know, 200 F-16s, send in all the missiles, all the bombs to make sure that the threat of Hezbollah will eliminate or will be eliminated. Well, first of all, we really don't know who did it. It might be a country named Liechtenstein or Switzerland. We don't know that because there's not an official response taken by one of the countries, not even Israel. And yes, automatically Hezbollah blames Israel. It's okay. It's their choice. They can do whatever they want to do. But let's assume, okay, if I will continue with the interview, so let's assume that Israel did it, okay, like Hezbollah blame Israel. By the way, they blame Israel; it's their decision, and if they will start attacking Israel, it's only according to what they are blaming. It's not according if they know something, if they have some, I would say, evidences that the ones that they are blamed are the ones that did it. So let's be clear about it. But let's assume that it was done by Israel. It's an operation that takes time. This is not something that you can arrange in 2 weeks or not even in 2 months. I think this is something that if you wanna lead such an operation, it takes at least a year, if not more than that, because you need to be aware. If I would be the one that would think about it, okay, or plan something like that, it means I need to know what are the enemy's needs. I need to know where are they going to buy those needs. Is it going to be a tender that they are going to open so many companies will participate in, or they already chose a company? And then I need somehow to be there inside the company, and somehow I need to be at the process of the production of those devices. And then if I'm already there, I need somehow to cover the ability that you can open those devices, to put something in, to close them back, and to wrap them and make them as they new. And then you need to track them and to make sure that the ones that you wanted that they will get those devices will actually get them. And after doing all of that, you need to have an ability that you can track all those devices, and you will be able to have abilities of cyber high tech. And this is something amazing if you have it, that you can actually push on a button and make, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 of those devices to explode at the same time. Now, I don't know who did it, but if somebody did that, that's amazing. Well, I don't know again if Israel did it, but I know that the ones who thought about it, the ones who planned it, the ones who executed such an operation, they have amazing abilities. This is not a 007 movie, okay? This is not a 007 abilities. This is a 1007 abilities, if I may say so. I think to the ones who executed such an operation, this is a unique thing, because something like that, I think this is the first time that something like that happened, that you hit, that an enemy is injured. It's not about how many people died, it's about how many people injured, with almost zero collateral damage, because I think that from what I heard, there's only one girl that died, but the rest who died were all Hezbollah commanders. It's not even soldiers. We're talking about commanders. I remember myself as a young officer, and when I got promoted, it was a long time ago. One of the things that gave you a status that you are somebody, that you mean somebody, is when you got your first beeper. Okay, you got your first pager. And then, if you were promoted, it was at the 90s, you were the first one to get the first mobile phones. And so this is services or devices that were given only to commanders, only to people with high rank that need to be connected 24/7 to an organization. So just think about it. The numbers, the official numbers that the health minister of Lebanon said, it's that 3,000 people are in hospitals, okay, that were hospitalized. But we also know that many people who were injured came to the hospitals yesterday and they were released. And I think that the official numbers that 12 Hezbollah terrorists died yesterday. Those are the official numbers with the pictures that they publish. And also, there are numbers in Syria that nobody knows what is the exact number. I think that also the Iranian ambassador uh, was injured yesterday. By the way, a question that I'm asking myself: what is the connection between the Iranian ambassador to Hezbollah that he also got such a device on him? Or maybe this is his bodyguards, like Hezbollah say. We don't know. Okay, really, we don't know. I don't know if it's Israel. Again, I don't know if it's Israel. You are saying Israel. I don't know. It can be Mauritania. I don't know. Okay, we don't know. Uh, but if it's Israel, I think that yes, and I have to criticize it from an operational perspective. I think this is a mistake because if it is Israel and Israel already did that, so why not to open? I would say why not to escalate the situation if you already hit it? I don't know, 3,000, 4,000 commanders of Hezbollah. So why not to achieve the goals of the state of Israel? And it's to send Hezbollah to the north. So I would, if I would have to decide, I would send, I don't know, 200 F-16s, sending all the missiles, all the bombs to make sure that the threat of Hezbollah will eliminate or will be eliminated, and also use this, I don't know, ability, if Israel has it, by hitting only the commanders. Well, it's not only that, because I think that there are also other countries and other organizations that have the same interest that Israel has by hitting the enemy. Okay, we are not Hezbollah's only enemies. There are also other enemies, like the Christians inside Lebanon, like the Sunnis inside Lebanon. I hear some rumors about Ukrainians coming to Syria to fight against Russia, but also fighting Hezbollah. So it might be, I don't know, Zelensky from the Ukraine. They also have some amazing abilities. It's not only Israel's interest. We need to be clear about it and understand that. Or again, I just thought about, I don't know, four options of possible enemies that might have the interest to do that. So I really don't know. So there are actually two options. If hypothetically saying it is Israel, one, it was about to be discovered, so somebody pushed the button before somebody else in Lebanon discovered it. Number two, this is the message that says to Hezbollah, guys, we penetrated. Excuse me for what I'm going to say, we entered to your underwears. Be careful. It means it's a message, don't start a war. Now, I think this is the message, that it's a message to Hezbollah, Nasrallah, and to others, don't start a war. Because we penetrated to your organization. so well that we can do other things that you will be sorry for starting the war. And I think it's a message, it's a clear message by Israel to, if hypothetically it's Israel, it's a clear message to Iran also and to the countries that surround us. We don't want a war. If we did that to Hezbollah, we can do to the others something worse than that. And it's also a choice made by Israel not to start the first Middle East war because we are fighting right now on 9 arenas, not 7, 9 arenas. Israel, the state of Israel, has been attacked, okay, from October 7th, from the south. Let's count it. Gaza, 1. Hezbollah in the north, 2. The West Bank, ISIS penetrated the West Bank, 3. Syria, 150,000 pro-Iranian militias in Syria waiting to get an order to start the war. Also, some of the Houthis also moved there. 5. Yemen, 6. Iraq, Hajj al-Sha'ab and others. 7. Iran. 8 is the global terror arena that some of the things we already heard in the news that Israel succeeded to prevent, but there are many, many, many events that are happening all around the world of terror organizations trying to hit Israeli targets without success. And I believe that this is because of the fact that Israel and Israeli Mossad is doing a great job. And 9, and nobody talks about it, and it has a huge impact not only on Israel but also on Europe, is the economical arena. At the beginning, I was actually almost sure that this is only a dimension, okay, like the cyber dimension, like the economical dimension. But now I can say for sure that this is an arena. There is a siege on Israel implemented or forced by the Houthis in Yemen, backed by Iran. And it has a huge impact on the value of goods that are supposed to reach to Europe. There is a port in Eilat in the south or the southern part of Israel that is not functioning at all. And I believe that the next step would be, if the war with Hezbollah starts, we will have to face an economical siege also from the Mediterranean. And that has a direct impact on the Israelis' economy, on the people, and on the value of goods in Israel, and also on the Palestinians in the West Bank and in Gaza. And unfortunately, those radicals sometimes forget that eventually we are so connected with our neighbors in the West Bank or the Gazans that any sanction or any act against Israel has a direct impact also on the Palestinians, the same ones that they are trying to help. Let's talk for 1 minute on the sanctions implemented by Erdogan from Turkey. So yes, he decided to implement sanctions that no goods will fly to Israel or come or will be exported to Israel. But he also doesn't understand that it has an immediate impact on the same people that he's trying to back, the Palestinians in the West Bank and in Gaza, because everything is getting more expensive. It's also for them. We are sitting on the same custom envelope. Can I ask you a question? And I don't need to respond. Okay, I just want you to hear the question, and I think it's important that your audience will also understand how we see things. Why nobody asks Russia the same question? Why nobody asks the Ukraine the same question? Why nobody asks the United States the same question? Why nobody asks I don't know, Saudi Arabia the same question? This question is, Israel is the only country that everybody asks the same question about: what can Israel do to minimize the collateral damage? Okay, it's just a question. It's okay. Nobody asks them. I can promise you that. I've been, working closely with some of the armies from those countries. And yes, they're doing a good job. And yes, they consider this outcome of how will the attack look like, calculating the collateral damage. And from here, I want to jump to the answer. I want. I can ask you if you want to do that. We can all go and do homework, and let's check the numbers. Now, I know it sounds very cold without emotions, because we are talking about human lives, and I used to be a medic in the past, so I value as a human being and as a medic life, and personally, I've been in touch in Gaza. I've been the last mayor of Gaza, and I saved personally, 5,000 people, 5,000 lives in Gaza, Palestinian lives, not Israeli lives. But I do can tell you that if you check the numbers, okay, the ratio between the numbers of civilians who die to the enemy that will be eliminated, you will see that in Israel, in this war, this is the smallest ratio ever that was achieved by a Western army. You can check the numbers of any operation, any war that the UK, the United States, that France led all over the world. The ratio will be 10 to 1, 9 to 1. And in this war, in the Gaza Strip, okay, that we are talking about a small place, 365 square kilometers with 2.1 million people, a very dense place, with terrorists who are using the people as human shield, changing and turning schools and mosques and houses and public buildings to headquarters, also UN schools, and the ratio is 3 to 1.